Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today we are going to do another comparison video. We are going to look at Cinderella's Royal Table, Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, and the Bon Voyage Adventure Character Breakfast over at Trattoria Al Forno. So these are three princess-focused character restaurants, meals, and we're going to see which one is going to best suit your family based on the decor and the star power and the atmosphere, the characters, the food, and the cost. Let's take a look. Okay, let's start with kind of decor, atmosphere, and what I like to call star power. And with that, I don't even mean characters. I'm talking more about the wow factor of that particular location. So let's start with Cindy's. Cinderella's Royal Table is in Cinderella Castle in Magic Kingdom, so it's really in the most iconic location in Walt Disney World. So if you're talking about wow factor, star power, you tell your kids that they're gonna go eat in the castle, and that's pretty crazy. They are pretty excited about that, and they're gonna be more excited about that than any of these other two joints, I promise. So eating at Cindy's is wow factor, star power across the board for your kids and also for any Disney fan. They definitely want to eat in the castle. This location is upstairs in the castle, and it has all the tapestries and stained glass and rich, luxurious fabrics and red carpet that you would associate with a kingdom such as Cinderella's. So it's a very nice restaurant, soaring ceilings, really quite beautiful inside. There's definitely a wow factor there. Over at Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, that is in Epcot, Norway, and this is a much smaller scale venue. So even if the location itself isn't smaller, there's plenty of dining rooms there. The ceilings are going to be lower. The general feel is going to be less impressive, less wow factor, even though it's still considered a castle, so to speak. It's just not as incredible as eating in Cinderella Castle. And over at Trattoria Al Forno, so over at the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast, that's on the boardwalk right outside of Epcot. So this is the only location where you're going to be able to eat without a park ticket of these three. This is just a pretty much regular old Italian restaurant. Although it's very nice inside, there's really no wow factor in terms of the decor elements. So for this one, I think Cindy's really wins across the board for it being a wow factor for you, your kids, or any other sort of Disney fans who are going to Disney World for the first time. Cinderella's Royal Table is probably a must-do. All right, moving on to characters. At Cinderella's, you are going to, of course, meet Cinderella. She greets everybody downstairs. And then you go upstairs and there's several princesses. This could be Belle, Jasmine, Ariel's been there, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty has been there. So there's lots of different princesses. I'm sure Tiana stops by once in a while. There's lots of different princesses to meet. I think you're going to probably meet 4 upstairs. So if you're a princess fan, this is definitely the place to go. Over at Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, it's the same general thing. There you're going to probably meet Snow White, Aurora. Belle is often there at the front taking pictures. I've seen Ariel there. I've seen Cinderella there as well. So again, you're going to meet probably 4 or 5 princesses over there. So it's the same general thing as Cinderella. So those two are very similar when it comes to characters. Over at the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast, you're going to meet Ariel and Eric and Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. So you get Rapunzel and Ariel and their princes, basically, is who you get here. So when you're thinking about sheer princess factor, you're going to need to go with Akershus or Cinderella's. But for a unique experience, you don't often get to meet Prince Eric and you don't often get to meet Flynn Rider. So if you're really hunting for unique autographs, then that's the one to choose. Okay, so let's move on to the food. Cinderella's Royal Table is going to be a prepaid option, so you're going to pay when you make your reservation. And note that, that's important to note in case you want to cancel something. You do need to prepay for that meal. So Cinderella's is going to be, you pay ahead of time and then you order from a menu when you get there. My experience has been that this is all you care to eat, so you can actually order seconds or more from the menu. I've heard some people say that that wasn't their experience, so it's not really explicitly stated. Let us know in the comments what your experience has been there. Over at Akershus, this is going to be a la carte from the menu and also buffet. So it has both components for that particular restaurant. And then the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast is going to be a la carte completely. There's no buffet option here, and you just order a la carte from the menu and the cost is printed right there on the menu. In terms of food quality, I would say Cinderella's and Akershus are both sort of mediocre to good. Akershus is going to be the winner in terms of food quality quality for me between the two because it has a few more unique and interesting offerings. The Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast has actually quite good food, and they've got a lot of interesting options to choose from there. It's sort of a brunch. There's like a calzone, so there's some more kind of lunch sort of options, and then also your breakfast options. So I think Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast is going to win in terms of food quality for me. Now let's move on to cost. So Cindy's is probably going to be your most expensive option. Cindy's runs between sort of $60 to $80 depending on which meal you're eating and the time of year. Akershus is going to be around the same price, but Cindy's is going to be a few dollars more. The Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast is going to be your cheapest option by far, especially since you can kind of choose what you're going to get at the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast, and you can choose the cheap stuff. It can be made a very inexpensive meal if you want it to be that way. Of the three, Cindy's is going to be the most expensive, and rightly so. I mean, it really is a rite of passage for a Disney fan to eat in the castle, and I can see why they, really price that up quite high. Akershus is probably a little bit overpriced for what you get, and Bon Voyage is a decent deal depending on what you order. So overall, I think I would definitely choose Cinderella's Royal Table simply because it is a rite of passage. It is a wow factor to eat in the castle. You do meet so many princesses. It's a fun experience, and while I don't think you need to go back again and again, it's definitely something you should do once. After that, I would probably choose the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast because I do like that you get to meet the princes in that one, and you really rarely get to see Prince Eric and Flynn Rider, so it's really fun to meet them. And they are face characters, of course, so they're going to talk to you and interact with you as well, and you can talk about the story, their storyline, and that's kind of fun. And then Akershus, I think, would be my last choice, interestingly, because the cost is a little bit high for what you're going to get, and even though you see all the princesses, the atmosphere isn't as fantastic, I think, as Cinderella's Royal Table. So that's my choice, but please let us know in the comments what you think. If you've eaten there, what are your favorites? I can't wait to hear what you think, and I'm so excited to read your thoughts on Akershus, the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno, and Cinderella's Royal Table. Thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.